Greetings, the Hijabi Gamer here, and I can't believe I'm making this video. Seriously, I cannot believe this is actually true. You know, when I think as I saw a video as made where he was talking about this, that they were going to make Superman's son gay or bi. You know what? I had my doubts. I was like, there's no way DC Comics is going to be so creatively bankrupt that they're going to do the exact same thing twice. I didn't think they would be that out of ideas and that they would do the exact same thing 2 times in a row. Well, yep, I was wrong. They are so creatively dead at DC Comics that all they can do is go, hey, I wonder how we could draw interest to our comic books. Let's make another character gay. Seriously? I mean, if the highlight of your comic is character so-and-so comes out as gay, especially when it comes to like Superman, you're doing it wrong. I remember one of my favorite Batman storylines was Batman Cataclysm. And it was like Batman faces an enemy he cannot see. And the idea that Batman, who's always facing criminals and villains and something he could punch, is facing an earthquake in Gotham City. And then what do they do after that? They declare Gotham City no man's land. Yeah, maybe there was romance in it. I don't remember. But because that wasn't the highlight of the story. It was, Gotham City getting hit with an earthquake, dealing with that, with the massive repercussions after getting... That was a good story. But Superman's son is gay. Yay! In a Superman comic. This isn't why people read Superman comics. Now, let me just say, I don't know much about John. I think his name is John Kent. I don't know much about Superman's son. I will admit I was more of a Batman reader. When I was reading comics, a lot came out every week. If you were on a budget, you could not buy them all. So I tended to focus on Batman. And if there was any time where Superman crossed over with Batman, I would pick up that Superman comic. But I was really into Batman. I loved, Batman, Bruce Wayne. One of my favorite characters of all time in comics is Commissioner Jim Gordon. I liked Alfred. I liked everything about Batman. So I don't know much about John Kent. But given the reaction that I've been seeing, this is something that just came out of the blue, was unexpected, and people aren't happy with it. So just a warning, I don't know much about John Kent. However, I know enough about Superman to know that this just doesn't fit. I mean, this would be like if Bungie were to say, hey everyone, we know you're looking forward to the Witch Queen. We're going to take Destiny 2 in a new direction. Dating sim. You can pair anyone in the tower, Brother Vance and Mara Sov. It's all going to be about the love story, and can you make the right choices to make all your favorite characters fall in love? Oh, those shooting mechanics? Yeah, we're going to get rid of that because we're going to focus on the love part. Most Destiny 2 people are going to be like, hell no, I'm out. Because that's not the audience who plays Destiny 2. The audience who plays Destiny 2 play first-person shooters. They tend to be guys. I know I'm an exception. They tend to be guys who like first-person shooters. They don't tend to be playing dating sims. Yeah. And it's the same thing here. You have the Superman comic, and your big focus on it is on a romance story. Now, I'm sure there's someone who did the exact same thing with Tim Drake and was telling me all about how it was such a sweet story. Young love. There was one person out of a ton of other comments. One person. Yeah. Because, again, that's not why people read Superman. They don't read it for the young love. Go read a love romance comic. Leave Superman alone. This isn't why you read Superman. I mean, my God. Seriously, the authors are clearly in the wrong genre. And I'm just waiting for DC Comics to just completely wipe. I cannot believe they did the exact same thing all over again. In addition, I mean, look, I get it. People always like to use the argument of they want to grow their audience. Well, again, look at who is the vast majority of your already present audience and branch out slightly. So, for example, in the case of Destiny 2, it's primarily male who like first-person shooters. Maybe, I don't know, look at other first-person shooters and see what you don't have in your game that you can maybe add. So, for example, they're altering the weapon mod system. Maybe add Battle Royale. I don't know. I'm just saying, look at the people who already play. You're not going to suddenly get the girl who likes dating sims to play Destiny 2 because you might get the girl who likes dating sims to play Destiny 2 if you turn it into a dating sim, but you're going to lose far more audience who are going to be like, yeah, this isn't why I play Destiny 2. And it's the same thing here. Those people who read Superman aren't reading it for the love story. So if you want to grow your audience to that teenage gay boy who wants a hero who's gay, most other people who actually read Superman, who read it for the action and the adventure and the story itself, are going to be like, what the hell? This isn't why I'm reading Superman. In addition, and this may come as a shock to a lot of people, because given what we hear on social media and on the internet and in mainstream media, LGBTQ is a tiny minority. People correct me. And, I've always said 10% because I want to be generous, because I don't want somebody to be like, oh, Kat, it's far more than 5%. But multiple people have said to me, Kat, you're being generous when you say 5%. As much as they want us to think the vast majority of the population is LGBT, QRS, whatever, the vast majority of the population are straight, super straight, haven't changed their gender or any of that. In fact, I suspect that it's now a new fad to be LGBTQ. And that's why we hear a lot of people going on non-binary, because they want to be part of the new cool thing, which is to be LGBT. When I was a kid, it was wearing your father's shirt. The girls like to wear baggy button-down shirts, or I think at one point there was wearing 2 shoelaces on your sneakers, or wasn't wearing different colored socks, the fad. Now the new fad is changing your sexuality, which is, like I said, the non-binary thing is probably the easiest because it doesn't require the most change, but at the same time, you're now part of the cool club. But as much as, as much as they want you to think otherwise, most people are straight, cis straight. Your audience, 95% of the audience reading Superman are straight guys. And you know what they want? They don't want John Kent kissing a guy. They want him kissing a hot girl. And the girls who are reading Superman, which there are, because like I said, I read Batman, want him kissing a hot girl because they're living it in the place of the hot girl. I mean, if you're trying to reach out to the LGBT audience, that's a tiny audience. I mean, just saying you're not growing your audience, you're shrinking it. I hate to break it to people, but that's the facts. The facts are, you know what? You will have a bigger potential audience if you were to suddenly make John Kent Muslim. Now, I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying because something like there's at least 1 billion, at this point, I don't even know, worldwide Muslims. So there are more Muslims on the planet than LGBTQ. But if you're focusing on the American audience, we're about the same. There's, I think, 3% of the population in the United States is Muslim. But at least in this case, it makes more sense. I've already said this, converting your religion makes more sense than suddenly changing your sexuality. But that aside, I'm just saying, if you're trying to grow your audience, heterosexuality is the vast majority. You want to reach as many people as possible. And you're not doing it right. And, you're getting social credit score of saying, yeah, we made another bi character. Or is he gay or bi? I don't even know because I didn't really, honestly, it's almost like entertainment doesn't get it. Beating it down over and over on us is not going to make us like it. Making 2 characters bi, 3, 4, hitting us on the head over and over with it isn't going to change our minds. You're just going to turn us off. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that has been coming out, I've ignored at this point because what's the point? It's all a woke SJW mob of boring, and I'm not interested. So, yeah, someone at work mentioned it to me. They're like, did you hear John Kent, Superman's son is bi? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And I really don't care. Most people aren't going to read it. DC, you know what? Just go back to reprinting your old stuff. Because, again, if this is the highlight of your creativity, you suck. I'm sorry. You suck. Anyway, this is my thoughts on the whole thing. I'm sure there's some one person, I always get this one person who's always telling me about how I'm wrong and how it's a sweet story. I mean, there was someone who was really into the whole Tim Drake thing, but that's what I think of the whole thing, and I'm honestly tired of it all. Um, as a super straight woman, anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I still have that video about fan fiction I need to do, and I hope to see you in the tower. By the way, if you haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, it is a great, great game.